Hey guys, it's NukiN, and I'm going to be doing a video that is long overdue. I'm joined by my son, and yes, I do call him my son, but he's not a human. This is my cat, Q. The camera's that way. He's a Hemingway cat, so I don't know if you guys can see, but he's got midden paws. He's got thumbs. He's a little camera shy. So Q actually ended up being a little bit too restless, so I just plopped him on his chair over there, and I just wanted to show him on camera for a little bit. That is my son, who is a Hemingway cat, and he is kind of like a dog and a person and a cat mixed all into one. Love him to death. He is one of the reasons why I get up in the mornings. I just wanted to kind of update you guys, you know, where I am going in the near future, I believe, or where I think I'm going, what I did in the last year, and kind of how I got here in the first place. So a lot of you guys may not know, but I started playing the game probably around 6 months after launch, a little bit close to when guilds got started and the Rancor raid started. And a lot of us came from a game called Dungeon Boss, and then we kind of branched over to this game, and I was, you know, like a guild leader, officer type of person. And then we merged with another community, and we tried to conquer the tank raid. And then shortly after that, I started, you know, making some recordings of videos like arena battles, and then I started editing them slowly with iMovie and then putting voiceover on them. And I started doing a podcast called the SwGoH In-Depth Podcast. And we had people like Crazy Excuses and McMull and Naughty Karate and all these people, and myself, of course. And we just kind of came together to make content, and we were passionate about the game, and we did that every week. Now I continue doing it just like once a month with a different crew. Naughty is still there, but everyone else is different, and that's okay because people kind of branch off and do different things. I became a game changer probably about, you know, 3, 4, 6 months max after I started making videos with some voiceover. And it's been about a year, maybe a year and a half of being a game changer now, and I have been enjoying the ride. Basically, I went from being a guild leader to slowly stepping back further and further, and as I stepped back, I continued to push up my content creation to the point where I'm not even an officer anymore. And you got to give things your all, and you can't really dip your toes in the water or whatever the cliche phrase is. So that's kind of, you know, I have a much more rich history than that, and I don't want to take up an entire video. That would be an entire video and a long one. So I'm just going to skip past that. So going from there, I just want to talk about kind of some milestone highlights of 2018. So in February, we had a trip to Sacramento to visit Capital Games, and that was cool. I didn't really get to capitalize on it as much as I would have liked. I had a huge migraine, was very sleep deprived, so didn't get to do too much as much as I wanted, I should say. A few months prior, I actually got to visit EA headquarters as well, technically in December of 2017, and that was cool. So I've now visited both headquarters. EA is the producer and CG is the developer of Star Wars: Galaxy of Heroes. The Sith Raid came out. I was still an officer at the time, and I started making some videos for that. I believe I started growing a lot and showing some potential, and I became I became sponsored around, I think, April or May with Blue Designs, which is awesome because it's one thing to be sponsored by someone, and then it's a whole new like level when you're sponsored by a company that you actually really enjoy using their products, and you really actually believe that they're the best in their market sector and what they're trying to do. So I was really happy about that. I'm also sponsored by Blue Designs. I mean, not Blue Designs, Blue Stacks. So Blue Stacks as well. And that happened, I think, a few months later. And I think around the early summer, I decided that enough was enough, and I didn't want to be an officer anymore. And I was approaching a year into being in the Game Changer program, and I had already kind of established myself as a person that was able to make very good sort of raid content on demand, and I wanted to make a name for myself in the PvP sector. And so Guild TW, I wanted to be the best in that. And so I quit my community, which I had started, the Republic. I quit being an officer. And for people that are officers, even when you quit being an officer, you still feel like an officer, and you still, I don't know, like you check whether your guild's getting 30,000, and it took a while to stop worrying about things like that. And I still do a little bit occasionally, but yeah, I stopped being an officer. I wanted to focus more on content. I wanted to grow, and I joined the Mighty Chlorians for 3 months, and I did learn a little bit from them, not as much as I would have liked to. And I got to experience kind of for the first time what kind of like a competitive TW guild is like. And then recently I've actually joined Team Instinct, which is, and I'm in the top branch or whatever, the guild that has the best win record in Guild TW in the game. And I started making content with Skelly, like the TW Explained series. And then that got kind of shut down because CG turned off our Game Changer test accounts, and we kind of killed the momentum there. But the combination of kind of, you know, being in basically my win rate in Guild TW when I decided to become kind of like wanted to focus and become the best player in the PvP sort of realm. Now there's Grand Arena. I only lost 2 matches when I changed my mind, and one was to the guild that I currently reside in, and the other one was because I wasn't in the guild that I'm residing in. So technically I'm sort of undefeated, I guess, but you know, still 2 losses. Grand Arena came out, and I've made some content on that, and I think that I've kind of accomplished that goal of being, you know, a top content creator when it comes to PvP related content. Definitely top 3, maybe even, you know, first place. But if I mention that on video, people will think I'm cocky and bragging, but I honestly do believe I'm in the top 3, if not, you know, the top. You know, if you put your mind to something and focus, you should be able to really get to that point, and that I think I accomplished that goal. So a few more updates and then we'll call it a video. I just really wanted to talk about the last month in particular about YouTube and also Patreon. So Patreon, I did start about a year ago, and so far I think it's probably doubled since I originally started. And I think that it's awesome. Like, I love every single one of my patrons, whether they're just a few dollar like NukiN Trooper patrons or they're one of the highest tiers. And that's because they're not only your fans, but they're like your super fans. They're your supporters. They are invested into your sort of mini community and yourself. They're there to not only support you financially, but they're there to help you, to provide feedback, to motivate you to do more content, be a better person, be a better gamer. They've really helped me. You know, I've bought a ton of equipment financially from them. I've used the money to, you know, buy coffee, and I mainly just use it to actually just pay for my medical insurance. And when I have things paid for like that, I am less stressed and I can focus more on what I need to do. And so Patreon has helped me to not only have financial support, but also I treat my patrons like friends and family. And I know, like other people, you can pay them money and you get like a service back. Like someone will do an event for you, or someone will grind your account while you're away on vacation, or someone will remod your account. And that's cool and all. And that's sort of like a service business model. But I view my rewards, which I think are pretty cool, as presents from me giving back to you guys for just saying like, thanks for being awesome. Thanks for choosing to support me. You know, however much you support, that is like what I want to do. I want to give back and say thank you. And yeah, no amount of thanks can really equal the amount that I would like to say in words. But thanks, guys. Yeah, Yeah, I'm a little speechless there. And for YouTube, I just wanted to say some quick highlights. Like in 2018, I think I tripled my subscribers, which is pretty awesome. I wasn't really even trying to grow. It just kind of happened. And in the last month, I had some really crazy personal records. I had over 200,000 views in December and well over 1 million minutes watched, which was insane. That's like 800 or 900 plus days of nonstop content of this guy trying to teach you guys how to play this silly Star Wars mobile game, Galaxy of Heroes. So really great stuff, you know, breaking personal records left and right. So I just wanted to update you guys on some of that. And I wanted to talk a little bit about future, sort of near-term future stuff, but I think I rambled too much. But two big things that I wanted to bring up was I am going to be, first of all, I'm going to be trying to revolutionize my Patreon. I'm trying to do new rewards that have never been done before. And I'm also trying to implement some loyalty-based rewards. So the longer that you're a supporter, you can actually get more sort of perks and stuff. So that's cool. And then towards the YouTube side, I've been playing Command & Conquer Rivals, another EA mobile game. It just came out recently, and it's probably the best mobile RTS game in the market. It's not pay to win, and I could also probably become a game changer potentially in this game. So doubling down on that, I want to try to make some content for another game such as that on this channel. And if that works out, great. And if it doesn't, then I might want to try something else. But it's definitely a game that I've been enjoying. Some other game changers have already made videos for it. And it's a game that you don't really need to play every day, and you can just kind of log in, do a few battles, and log out. You don't need to grind it as much as Galaxy of Heroes for sure. So I feel confident that I'll be able to actually cover both games. And so everyone out there, you know, if you're a patron, a subscriber, a follower, definitely if you're watching this video, thanks so much for coming back and watching this guy, me, make content, and hopefully I can continue to make stuff that is valuable and worth watching and high value, and that you guys enjoy it. And yeah, I don't know what else to say, but I love you guys and keep being awesome. I'll see you guys all in my next video. Cheers.